OutDaughtered, kids throw food and run amok in sneak peek's grocery store disaster. Thankful for the quieter moments. The kids find a way to make grocery shopping fun for themselves, although not as enjoyable for their parents, on OutDaughtered's Tuesday, January 10th, episode, as seen in Us Weekly's exclusive sneak peek. The TLC unscripted series preview clip shows Danielle and Adam Busby buying provisions for their Thanksgiving dinner, while joined by Danielle's sister Lily and her son, Bronson. Danielle and Adam are parents of 6 children, including the nation's only set of all-female quintuplets, plus 5-year-old Blake. When Bronson and Blake get together, it can be a recipe for trouble, Adam admits to the camera. Related photos, celeb moms and their pregnancy cravings. Danielle seems to disagree, telling him, "The shopping thing is going pretty smoothly." But an incredulous Adam replies, "Are we even in the same place?" He adds that the cousins can even be a bigger handful than the Quints. When Lily and Danielle take over for Adam at keeping an eye on Blake and Bronson in the store, chaos ensues, with the 2 youngsters tossing food on the floor and Bronson proceeding to sprint away, with his mom hot on his heels. "I just hope this isn't a preview of what Thanksgiving's going to be like," a weary Adam tells the camera. Last week's episode similarly showed the parents in over their heads as the Quints caused destruction in their hotel room, including ripping up pages of the Bible. As Adam said of the getaway, "If the first thing they do when we get to our hotel room is start ripping up the Bible, we're going to have problems the rest of the weekend." The truth about Olivia Busby from OutDaughtered. OutDaughtered's Olivia Busby is part of one of reality TV's famous and beloved families. Olivia's parents, Adam and Danielle Busby, made national headlines when they gave birth to the first surviving all-female set of quintuplets in the United States back in 2015. A year later, the aptly titled series OutDaughtered premiered on TLC, and the Busbys' level of fame soared too. Olivia, along with her quintuplet sisters Ava, Hazel, Parker, and Riley, quickly became beloved by anyone who tuned in to watch the show. And even though each Busby girl, including the only non-Quint, Big Sis Blake, is unique and adorable in their own way, it can be difficult for viewers to tell the multiples apart. As they've gotten older, the Quints have remained so similar in many ways, but they've also started to come into. Olivia Marie Busby, in particular, has really grown up since OutDaughtered premiered, and there might be some things about her that even the most die-hard OutDaughtered fan won't know. This is everything you should know about the young star. Olivia Busby was the biggest of all the Quints. The Busby Quints were born via C-section on April 8, 2015, when Danielle Busby was just 28 weeks pregnant, according to NBC News. Because they were born prematurely, the Busby Quints were extremely tiny and had to immediately be transferred to the Neonatal Intensive Care Unit, or NICU. Despite being tiny herself, Olivia Marie Busby was the biggest of the bunch. She weighed in at 2 pounds, 6 ounces, a full 6 ounces bigger than the smallest Quint, Hazel. Olivia was also the longest Quint, measuring at 14.4 inches, 1 inch longer than the shortest Quint, which also happened to be Hazel, as Danielle revealed in a blog post for It's a Buzz World. In addition to being the heaviest and tallest of her sisters at birth, she was also the second Quint to enter the world, right behind her sister Ava Lane Busby. OutDaughtered's Olivia Busby is a twin. Part of what makes Adam and Danielle Busby's set of multiples so unique is that in addition to Olivia, Ava, Hazel, Parker, and Riley being quintuplets, there is also a set of twins in the mix. Olivia and Ava are identical twins. When Adam and Danielle first found out they were having multiples, they were obviously shocked. As Adam detailed in a blog post for It's a Buzz World, they had first been told they were having 4 babies, but at their 4th ultrasound, everything changed. "We saw it as soon as the ultrasound machine started recording," he wrote. "There it was clear as day, twins." He continued, writing, "We had 1 egg split and are now expecting 5 little ones. Don't feel too bad if you have trouble telling Olivia and Ava apart. Even Adam has had trouble in that department," Danielle detailed in a blog post. However, there are some differences. Olivia's face is a little more narrow than Ava's, and Ava's the big one, Adam explained in a video for It's a Buzz World. Olivia Busby has a special bond with this Quint. Even though all the OutDaughtered kids are close, Olivia Busby shares a pretty special bond with her twin sister, Ava. Their connection is so palpable, in fact, that Danielle Busby had to commemorate it in a blog post on the It's a Buzz World site. In the post, Danielle detailed how all the Quints had changed since turning 2 years old. And when it came to Ava and Olivia, they were still totally twinning. According to Danielle, they seemed to be dependent on each other at times. Like when it's time for bed, they must both be in the room. When one poops, the other is going to go poop too, which Danielle labeled as being strange but true. She continued, revealing that the two girls are always asking where the other one is if they are not around. Danielle also added that Ava and Olivia find a bit of security in each other. Olivia may be growing up, but she and Olivia Busby's first steps were memorable. Kids seem to grow up so fast. Before you know it, your little one is ready to take those monumental first steps. Adam and Danielle Busby are, of course, no different than other parents in celebrating their children's milestones, although with Quints, they're doing it ×5. But even with 5 babies growing and developing, they still managed to capture the special moments of Olivia Busby taking her first. The family shared the moment with the rest of the world by uploading it to their YouTube channel. In the video, Olivia can be seen smiling and laughing right before she stands up and takes her first steps towards her mom, who is holding a doll in front of her that Olivia clearly wanted. As the video description states, we were able to catch the cutest thing today. Olivia let out the most jolly belly laughs and then immediately took her first steps. It was the cutest thing. Yes. Lulu, Danielle exclaimed in the video as Olivia walked towards her. It was a great moment for the Busbys, and Olivia's laugh just made it all the more memorable. Olivia Busby is the goofball in the group. One of Olivia Busby's defining characteristics is her sense of humor. In fact, her bio on the TLC website states that she's the goofball who will keep you laughing, and that certainly seems to be the case. When Danielle Busby sat down with each Quint to ask them 13 questions, Olivia's responses were too funny. Olivia is our goofball in the group, and her answers do make me laugh, Danielle prefaced in a blog post for It's a Buzz World. Danielle is right, as the advice Olivia had for others was to be funny like me. Hey, at least she's confident, too. For Olivia's 5th birthday, Danielle took to her blog to detail how the little girl had changed, and even though she's grown up exponentially since being born in 2015, she hasn't stopped being a goofball. She never stops making others laugh, the proud mom wrote of her daughter. She is goofy like Ava, but in a different way. She wants everyone around her to notice her, but in a way where she makes sure others know how fun and funny she is. Olivia Busby had to become more independent. Being a quintuplet and a twin means that Olivia Busby has more than one person with whom she is close. In fact, Olivia shares a special bond with just about every member of her family. However, she is most dependent on her identical twin, Ava. So much so, in fact, that when Adam and Danielle Busby got ready to send the Quints off to pre-K, they decided against putting the twins in the same class. We wanted to split up Ava and Olivia so they can hopefully grow a little bit more independent and not lean on the other identicals so much, Danielle explained in the It's a Buzz World blog. It was probably hard for Olivia to be in a class without her twin, at least at first. After all, they'd always been together. Danielle even wrote on her blog that when they were babies, they always found their way back to each other. If you don't place them next to each other, they will find their way together, even when they are swaddled, Danielle revealed on the site when the Quints were 6 months old. Still, Adam and Danielle knew it would benefit both girls to foster some independence. Olivia Busby is a scene stealer. Whether it's because she's a twin and a Quint or just a seasoned reality TV star, Olivia Busby is undeniably a show stealer. Not only can she make people laugh with her goofball tendencies, she also knows how to get attention even if it's not necessarily good attention. In a video promoting Season 3 of OutDaughtered, Adam and Danielle Busby describes how each Quint has changed since the previous season. And when they get to Olivia, it's clear they were already exhausted. Olivia is 100% the entertainer, comedian in the house, Danielle told the cameras. To prove her point, the promo cuts to a clip in which all the Quints are painting together. Within a moment, Olivia totally steals the scene when she shows off her blue painted mouth, complete with a solid blue tongue. Of course. She doesn't seem bothered by the paint all over her face and instead giggles and shows off her masterpiece. Olivia might just take the title of most entertaining Quint blue paint and all. There's a certain sibling Olivia Busby fights with the most. All siblings argue or fight at some point in their lives. Of course, that doesn't mean they don't love each other. It's only natural for some kind of sibling rivalry to occur. However, some siblings do fight more than others, and that certainly seems to be the case with Olivia Busby, who has a long history of fighting with her quintuplet sister, Riley. When the youngest OutDaughtered stars turned 2 years old, Danielle took to her It's a Buzz World blog to describe each of the quintuplets and couldn't help but note that Olivia definitely goes to war the most with Riley. And in a blog post detailing how to tell the Quints apart, Danielle revealed that Olivia is pretty demanding and she and Riley bicker the most, only because they are both so strong-willed. The ongoing battle between Olivia and Riley is so well known that there was even a TLC clip highlighting their rivalry. Riley and Olivia have always had, rivalry for some weird reason from, such a young age, Danielle told the camera. Those two have always bickered more than anyone else, she continued. They just don't mesh well, Adam added. Olivia Busby has always been pretty easygoing. Compared to her siblings, Olivia Busby was actually quite an easygoing baby. As part of a 6-month update on the Quints, Danielle revealed in It's a Buzz World that Olivia was a carefree one of the brood. No matter what time of the day it is, Olivia will instantly smile with her big old dimples every time you look at her. She loves to laugh, and everything is funny to Olivia, Danielle detailed. Even when Olivia Marie was under the weather, she was still her same old happy self, Danielle dished in another blog post. As Olivia has grown, she's retained her laid-back attitude. For the Quints' 5th birthday, Danielle gave an update on the OutDaughtered star, writing on her blog that Olivia is the adapter, meaning she just goes with the flow and plays whatever anyone else is doing. That doesn't mean she isn't a free thinker, though, as her mom pointed out. However, Danielle clarified, she is super opinionated. Olivia Busby is one tough cookie. Olivia Busby isn't the oldest Busby daughter or even the oldest Busby Quint, and yet she possesses many of the typical firstborn qualities, like leading the pack. In a 2018 blog post describing the many ways the Quints have changed, Danielle Busby wrote that little Olivia had a bit of a tough side. Olivia will stand up for any of her sisters if she sees one doing something to another that they shouldn't, Danielle wrote, and she will be the first to throw a punch. Hey, violence may not be the answer, but at least Olivia knows right from wrong and isn't afraid to stand up for what she believes is right. Still, Olivia balances her serious side with a very silly side, with her mom explaining that she is still the class clown, and often in what Danielle dubbed character mode, spinning around, doing tricks, whatever it may be just to get you laughing. Olivia Busby is basically the mermaid. As the OutDaughtered family lives in the often sweltering state of Texas, it's no wonder that the Busby Quints love to escape the heat and hit the pool. And in one video posted to their It's a Buzz World YouTube channel in September 2018, Adam and Danielle Busby shared some sweet moments of the girls swimming in the pool. Olivia particularly stood out in the video, as she can be seen shedding her floaties and starting to swim underwater, which made both of her parents totally proud. So, we just got in the pool, and Olivia is already wanting to swim underwater, Adam told the camera with a laugh. She refuses to wear her floaties, which is a good thing, but now all of them don't want to do that, especially Riley. Riley sees Olivia not wanting a floaty, and so, she doesn't want to wear a floaty. Olivia Busby has a sophisticated palate. As many parents can attest, seeing your baby experiment with new foods is an experience for everyone involved. While some kids love trying new things, others are comfortable with the status quo. Of the Busby Quints, Olivia was the one all about trying new things. In honor of the quintuplets turning 2 years old, Danielle wrote a blog post for the It's a Buzz World site and took some time to describe each quint. When she got to Olivia, she couldn't help but note how well Olivia had been eating, even eating the foods most kids tend to avoid. She is probably the best veggie eater of the bunch and will try pretty much anything. She even tried and loves sardines, Danielle wrote before commenting, "Oh, and Nasty. If an adult doesn't like a food that a kid loves, you know that kid has a sophisticated palate. Olivia Busby was sensitive as a toddler. Olivia Busby may be known as the silly one of her family, but the sweet Quint also has a sensitive side, even if it comes out in interesting ways. For instance, when Olivia was in the thick of her so-called terrible twos, Adam and Danielle Busby recognized that she was being more sensitive about, well, everything. In a video for TLC, Adam and Danielle sat down to explain how the Quints were really starting to come into their toddler years. The twins, Ava and Olivia, are just super sensitive towards their tantrums. It's dramatic screams, Danielle explained, seemingly exasperated at Olivia's terrible twos behavior. And that sensitivity wasn't exactly anything new for Olivia. She doesn't get jealous much, but if she sees Ava getting cuddled, she instantly needs cuddles too. Danielle wrote on It's a Buzz World around the time of the girl's second birthday. Olivia Busby has had health problems in the past. As the Busby Quintuplets were born prematurely, it's not entirely surprising that they needed extra care as newborns. Many OutDaughtered fans know that Hazel Busby has had the most health issues, as she was diagnosed with nystagmus and has had to have surgery. However, Olivia Busby also encountered health problems as a baby. Olivia's one remaining follow-up after being discharged was her eye appointments. Danielle Busby wrote for the It's a Buzz World blog back in August 2015. We had to follow up to make sure her blood vessels were connected to the retina, and after 2 visits, it was finally matured. So she is all clear too. No ROP, retinopathy of prematurity. However, her eyes weren't the only concern. She also experienced acid reflux, a common condition in preemies as a newborn, but Danielle revealed at the time that she had been prescribed medication and was improving. OutDaughtered stars Adam and Danielle Busby open doors for Uncle Dale and Aunt Kiki amid Texas freeze. The stars of OutDaughtered call Texas home, so they have been hunkered down during the extreme cold and snow that has hit the state. Danielle Busby and Adam Busby even invited Danielle's brother Dale Mills and his wife, Kiki, to stay in their home while they have no power. Mills even shared a video of them all trying out a popular TikTok challenge. No power at the crib, so we pack up and crash the Busbys. Time for a TikTok challenge, Mills wrote on Twitter. In the video, the Mills and Busbys tried the center of gravity challenge to see if any of the men in the family could hold their center of gravity. Mills fell over instantly, but it took an extra second for Adam to fall over. The video has over 393,000 views on TikTok. Over on Instagram, Danielle shared a photo of the adults enjoying wine together. Pizza and wine, it's what's for dinner. Cheers to National Wine Day, she wrote. On Wednesday, Adam shared a video of himself on the phone with Mills, showing himself slipping on the ice and falling on his back. I mean, if you can't laugh at yourself, then who can you laugh at? On the phone with my brother-in-law, and forgot that we were in the middle of an ice storm, Adam wrote. I'm a little sore this morning. The Busbys are not originally from Texas. They moved to the Houston area from Lake Charles, Louisiana in 2014, notes In Touch Weekly. Shortly after we were married, we moved off to the big city of Houston, Texas. The couple wrote of their move on their blog. In a June 2019 episode, the couple revealed their upstairs appeared to be covered with mold, and they needed renovations. In June 2020, Danielle showed off some of the work done to the home. OutDaughtered follows the Busbys and their 6 daughters, Blake Louise, 9, and 5-year-old quintuplets, Ava Lane, Hazel Grace, Olivia Marie, Riley Page, and Parker Kate. The show's 8th season will debut on February 23rd at 8 p.m. Eastern Time on TLC. Part of the new season will cover Danielle's mystery health scare from November. In one scene shown in the trailer, Danielle, 36, was told she might need heart surgery, and it was not something she could put off. Yeah, it makes me scared, Danielle said through tears. I'm a frickin' mom of 6 for God's sake. Like if I have to have surgery, like, what does it mean if you have to have heart surgery? I'm frickin' 36 years old. That's like as bad as it can get. OutDaughtered, Danielle and Adam Busby's nanny revealed. In last week's episode of OutDaughtered, Adam Busby was finally on board to work with Danielle Busby to find a new nanny. Additionally, the teaser for this week's episode shows the process is underway. While Aunt Kiki Mills wasn't the right fit, who will the Busbys decide to hire to help them? Danielle and Adam Busby give Aunt Kiki a trial run. Undeniably, the Busbys are feeling the chaos of their growing girls. In last week's episode of OutDaughtered, Adam and Danielle Busby gave Aunt Kiki Mills a trial run at taking care of the Quints. Without a doubt, Kiki was overrun with the task list that Danielle prepared for her. Admittedly, Kiki said she doesn't even grocery shop for her family, but she was all about giving it a try if it would help the Busby. Additionally, she was happy to make some extra money.